brownie points there. Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for having us. And we've heard some great presentations today already. I think whether you call it fundraising or community outreach and engagement, it's kind of all the same thing. So to give you some of our background, the Markham Unionville Run has been going on since 1982, and we've been involved with it since 1993 when we moved to the Markham area, and then we took over as the run organizers in 2019. So as you saw earlier, we last year we reached 1.656 million. So we're slowly getting there. Okay, so in terms of our background in this, I'm going to hand it over to my husband here, and he can tell you about how we started down this road.
Actually, I was going to talk to you about Markham Unionville, how it's grown. So over the last 30 years or so, it's tripled in size. And a lot of that has come from immigration. So people that are new to the country, new to Canada, and Pam, you were talking previously about how waspy this room is. It's certainly not the case in Markham. You know, and so things are very different. Denise, you talked about how 93% of the people in your studies know about Terry Fox. I can tell you where a significant fraction, that 7%, live, and we see it. So part of the reason we're here is for community outreach. And so we go to farmers markets and town fairs and things like that, and we're there, and we're visible. And I got to say, there's so many times when little kids come up and we have a banner with Terry, and they say, oh, Terry Fox, and the parents don't have a clue. So they drag the parents over, and we have the conversation. So we talk about the run and when it's happening, who Terry Fox is, and what we do. So in terms of necessarily raising money at these events, may not be that big a fundraiser, but it's actually something that's pretty important, just to let people know about Terry Fox and his importance. And I guess, welcome to Canada, right?
Figured out which way the clicker goes. And actually, as Dean was saying about these kids who are pulling their parents over, that's a testament to how the school programs are doing. Because we've got all these little kids going, Terry Fox, Terry Fox. So a lot of our community outreach started probably post-COVID, 2020, mainly because we didn't have a run in 2020 or 2021, and also a lot of interest had died off. So we started going out to the farmers markets, street festivals. So in our area, we have Unionville Festival, Markham Jazz Festival, Markham Music Festival. We were at the local mall. And we also were at some of the grocery stores and Walmart, just kind of standing out there saying, yeah, there is a Markham Unionville Terry Fox run. We're virtual this year. Go out and do it on your own, raise money. I was astounded that we kind of almost kept pace with what a in-person run was for those couple of years. So we were very, very thankful, very, very grateful. A lot of it did come from people who were already kind of knew who Terry Fox was, but we are picking up new people as well. So when we go to one of these outreach events, we have, we've got the poster, we've got the flag, we've got some T-shirts blowing in the wind, a map. We also use it as an opportunity to collect some donations, and just a tip, throw some coins or dollars, 20s into the donation bin just to get people started, because some people may just kind of look at it and go, what is that? We also take the opportunity to sign up some volunteers, and we also encourage people to come out to the run site on that day. And a lot of people actually don't know where we are, which sometimes when I first started, I'm going, you don't know where Markham Unionville is, like you don't know where Two Good Pond is, but people who live in our city of Markham maybe don't go there, but they're encouraged when we tell them about what the run route is and how nice it is. So, we're kind of building for the future. So the other thing is all of our venues are free. So we ask people nicely, or we ask organizations nicely to donate the space. And if they don't, we say thank you very much, but we'll try again next year. Or if you have a spot or someone cancels, think of us. And then we go at the last minute.
I guess speaking of last minute, I'm not sure, Kathy, do you have a list of people who are out of country or out of town? So I'm not sure if you know the last three speakers. They were all out of town, out of country until the last minute, and then, oh, will you do this? And so we're just scrambling to put things together. So some of the things that we do, we have raffles, and so there's a picture of a raffle table over a few years, and some volunteers that helped out. We've kind of played around with it to try to maximize the money that we make from the raffles. And so I guess the first few years that we did this, we just had one big container that they would buy raffle tickets and they'd put the tickets in, and then we just pull winners individually. We've had a little bit more success by subdividing it, and we've had different prizes. Like we had a couple large prizes. The last year we had Home Depot has been great, so they've supplied barbecues for us for years. I guess end of season, right? So they say, oh, we've got leftover barbecue. They donate to Terry Fox, and we're very grateful. So we raffle that off. And last year we had a local company, supplying a season of snow shoveling. So what happened was we subdivided the larger prizes out, and they say, oh, I'd like snow shoveling or whatever, and they would they'd buy raffle tickets, and they put them in individual containers. So that's what those are all there. We also have small gift cards to local restaurants or companies that would provide gift certificates for us and gift baskets. I guess the gift baskets or something visual there is very, very useful, and people like to see that. We've been getting the barbecues kind of late, like at the very end of the run, and so we've got a nice sign saying, oh, you can win a barbecue, but there's no barbecue here for them to see. Once it arrives, then there's some interest, right? So yeah, so that's generally the structure of what we do with regards to the raffles.
Book sales. So we started this in probably 2019, just asking for donations from the community through social media for a book sale for Terry Fox. So we started slowly, and then a local church noticed one of my postings and said, you know what, we're having a rummage sale. Would you like all the leftover books? I said, sure. Didn't think that, how much you're going to get from a rummage sale, right? Well, I showed up I drive a Honda Civic. I showed up with my car. They had a room full of books because everybody was cleaning out their closets and donated them to the rummage sale. So since they donated them, they weren't going to buy them back. So I ended up getting my brother, who drives an SUV, and our friend, my neighbor, bringing cars over to empty out the church. So we had, after sorting through everything, we had well over 1,000 books. And now I'm thinking, okay, the run site's not going to support this. So we started having, a driveway sale, basically. And then in a sense, that was good, too, because it brought other people who may not go to the Terry Fox Run or go to Good Pond for the run. They came by, they bought books, they bought T-shirts, they made donations. And we held that a few times over the summer. Now, my industrious daughters created the flyers, and they also managed the social media. So in terms of, we've done this a few years now, and we're no longer asking for donations because people in the community know that the Terry Fox Run takes the books. So we get the ask. But we're getting smarter. We tell them to drop them off instead of us going and cleaning out their basements. So I'm going to hand it over to Dean, and he's going to tell you about, in terms of how successful this is. And I think someone referred to the number of hours versus your return.
Yeah, if you do the book sale, just beware. Sometimes you'll end up with more books after the sale than before the sale. So people, oh, you're having a sale, it's for Terry Fox, and they come up with a car full of books, and oh, thank you very much. And yeah, so these are generally the results that we pulled from the numbers that we sent to the Terry Fox organization. And so you can see, hopefully, the nice trend with regards to the raffles, as well as the book sale. The first year book sale was really nice because when we did it, there was one very nice gentleman who came by and said, at the end of the run, oh, I'll take all the rest of the books. And he purchased them all. Yeah, we weren't so lucky after we didn't have such a big inventory that first year. But we still have lots and lots and lots of books, and they're all over the place, our house. But yeah, so it's a nice general trend with regards to the raffles that we have and the book sale as well. So book sale in particular, it is a lot of work, but it does bring another population demographic in to see us. We find that the kids' books are very popular, so lots of young families for cheap books and things like that. But Lily visits a lot of the free libraries where she drops off books and things like that.
I'm at a loss to remember. Hang on a second. Oh, okay, I thought I had a price. Yes, there is a price associated to it. Okay, so hardcovers is $2 each, 5 for 3, and then 10 for 10. So typically, by the time they get to like 3, 4, they end up taking the 10, right? So at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it works out to $1 a book. One year we got a ton of records, and I had no idea what to do with the records. So I ended up talking to somebody who actually sells records. I said, I have like over 200 records. Would you be willing to just give us a $50 donation for the Terry Fox Foundation? And you can have all the records. I don't care what's in there. And he took them all, and it turned out he grew up around Two Good Pond, Unionville. So it was a nice coincidence, and luckily we haven't gotten any more records. I got a whole bunch of VHS tapes, if anybody can tell me what to do with VHS tapes.
And vinyl is really, really heavy. I've forgotten.
If anybody has any questions, we're happy to share any of our mishaps or successes. So our contact is there. Okay.